What?
How you doing? Jeff, Jarrett, nice to meet you.
What's
Aaron,
up, Jeff?
Nice to, what the?
Good to see you, Daddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, rumors have been running rampant.
Whoa.
Literally all day.
Really?
All day in regards to what this is breaking news, folks.
Wow.
I think Impact Wrestling just broke the internet.
Wow. Wow. News to me, Daddy. Wow. This might be the first time I said Daddy twice in one night.
I'm speechless.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you. As hell froze over. What in the world is Jeff and Karen Jarrett, the co-founders of Global Force Wrestling, doing in the middle of a TNA wrestling ring? Well, I will address some points tonight, and some points I'll address about Global Force Wrestling and Jeff and Karen at a later date. But I am going to let you in on why I am specifically here tonight. And I'm going to go back a week ago today. I was in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, promoting a Global Force Grand Slam Tour show, and I got a text from TNA management. And they said, hey, Jeff, we'd like to have a conference call with you. We got a proposal for you. And I'll be honest with you, I was boarding the plane, actually it was in Raleigh, and I just put the phone back into my back pocket and got on and didn't even reply. And then when I got up in the air, I got to thinking, what do they want? It's no secret that we've had our ups and downs, but do they want a talent exchange between Global Force? Do they want to run a co-show? And so I said, you know what, I'm gonna reply and say, yeah, I'll hear you out. And so we got on the phone, and they proposed to me, they said, hey, Jeff, we want you to come back and be in a match. And I gotta be honest, I just about hung the phone up when they said that. I don't even wrestle for my own promotion, so why would I come back and wrestle here? And then the next thing they said is, Jeff, it's not just any match, it's your match. It's the match that you created, that you designed. It's the King of the Mountain match. And they said, Jeff, this isn't just gonna be any episode of Impact. This is gonna be at the 13th anniversary of the company that you and your father co-founded in 2002. So I gotta admit, the emotion started coming over me about all the great times that I've had right here in the Impact Zone. The night that I was standing in this ring and Jim Cornette let out that Kurt Angle was jumping to TNA. I got goosebumps. I remember the night when a guy you might have heard of these days, Samoa Joe, walked down the aisle and gave Kurt the headbutt from hell. And I can remember literally before our very eyes over several years, a punk kid from North Georgia become into quite arguably the greatest wrestler this organization's ever produced, AJ Styles. And I could go on and on. Bobby Roode, James Storm put together at a time that nobody knew where they were going. They became beer money and probably the greatest tag team this company's ever produced. Eric Young went from being the Pied Piper to having more television shows than Ryan Seacrest. And then I pumped the brakes. And I said, you know, I'm looking in my rearview mirror and have all this warm and fuzzy. But since April 7th, 2014, I've put my blood, sweat, and tears on promoting Global Force Wrestling. And I had to really, thank you. And I had to really think about how's this going to affect the Global Force roster? How is this going to, the staff, my team at home that has really, really dug deep over the last 14 months. And then it goes without saying, how was Karen? How is she going to react to this?
First off, I love you with everything that I am, Jeff Jarrett. But as you all know, I'm a little different than Jeff. So when Jeff hung up the phone with TNA and came walking into the room and said, "You better sit down for this," I thought, oh my God, what now? What now? Because to me, this was all in our rearview mirror. We moved on. Global Force Wrestling, our family, this is what we're living. Global Force Wrestling, that is our future. Thank you. So, my emotions took over, and I said, absolutely not. Don't call them back. Don't text them back. We've moved on. And then Jeff continued to lay it out to me. And I understand that this was his baby. He started this with his dad. And as hard as it is for me to understand, and I still standing in this ring don't completely understand why we're here. But I love my husband, and I support him in everything and anything that he chooses in life. And even this morning at 11 a.m., sitting on the phone with a part of our Global Force Wrestling talent roster and good friend and confidant, Sanjay Dutt, crying my eyes out, saying, why look in the rearview mirror? We have so much in our future. And he's worked so hard. And Sanjay said, Karen, you may never understand this, but he didn't go out the way that he wanted to go out. No matter how bright our future is, or how good things are, right now, Jeff didn't leave here on his terms. He got fired on a backstage pre-tape by Sting. So, Jeff, that being said, I didn't get on this plane today and walk into this ring to turn around and go home. You are going to leave this company on your terms. And Sunday, look at me, you're going to make things right. The way Jeff Jarrett knows how to do it. I love you, baby, and I will be standing there by your side.
So you can bank on this. This Sunday, it's Slammiversary that's going to be seen around the globe. The King of the Mountain is officially declaring himself in the match. One last time, I'm walking the TNA aisle, and I'll be damned if I'm not going to climb that ladder and reign King of the Mountain. And just like my good buddy Toby Keith looked me in the eye 2 days ago and said, hey kid, you may not be as good as you once were, but once you're as good as you ever were.
We have a saying in this business, never say never.